Welcome back to the Main Bean Podcast. We're in the midst of turkey season.
Yeah, episode 21.
Yep, episode 21. Our turkey season's been pretty rough so far.
Yeah, it's been probably the weirdest, or not worse, but it's been just the oddest turkey season we've ever had, I think.
I think it's because the weather got super warm fast.
Yeah,
early.
Yeah.
A few weeks before season even started.
Yeah, and we've just had weird, like, super windy days, and birds just... It's the weirdest part is, like I said it last podcast, but there's a lot of people that we know that usually don't kill birds that killed, and then people that like are usually stone cold killers that haven't done very well this year. So it's been just a strange year all around.
Yeah, I mean we've done fairly well, but it's been really tough considering how. You know, usually not that it's ever easy, but
yeah, I'm interested to see how the next we're a week and a couple days through season, so I'm interested to see how kind of the next 2 weeks go. But
we all at least have one of our tags filled.
Yeah, I'll say everybody's filled one tag so far, and
Max is tagged out.
Yeah, Max is tagged out.
But the rest of us all have,
and a lot of people we know have killed birds this year, which is good. I mean,
everybody at the table's tagged out.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
well,
but it seems like
first week.
Yeah, first week.
Yeah,
first week we all tagged out. We got a second tag now, and
we still got a lot of season left. We got Kansas coming up and South Dakota.
Yeah, I mean I filled the tag, my Iowa tag, but we do got Kansas in a few weeks, and then South Dakota.
We got plenty more breast to eat.
That's right. We're running out of mushrooms though. I think is the problem.
Yeah, the mushroom season this year was kind of weird too.
Yeah,
it was like quick. It was quick.
It went really quick.
I know Drake and them are finding them in Iowa. And, oh well, I seen a couple people's story. I don't know about Drake. I'm sure he'll go look with Nolan this weekend, but I know they're finding them up there. And when they're finding them up there, it's pretty well rounding out for down here. Yeah. So I know that one of Alan's friends have been finding them up there. I seen on his story.
Well, yeah, that's what I'd seen. Nolan and Drake and all them up there were finding some good ones.
Yeah. And Nick was going to come on tonight, but I was going to have him talk about him and Drake's experience this weekend, but Nick, he was sick, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it didn't feel good, so I said, that's fine.
There's a lot of allergies and stuff going around right now.
Yeah,
I'm still about to itch my eyes out of my head and been sneezing left and right.
Yeah, you missed episode, 19 or 20, because you were.
I couldn't stop coughing.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kenzie had the same shit, too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how she got it.
Oh, you just gave each other.
I wonder how.
Oh, that's tragic.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
Well, this week's going to be a fun one. We got special guest Little Rod on.
Yeah, what's up, Little Rod?
We're here. We're going to listen to some stories and tell a few, maybe.
Yeah, we might tell a couple lies.
Yeah, that's all we typically tell.
The old Main Bean Podcast.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Have a little fun this evening.
Definitely, we are. So, anyway, Little Rod, how long has it been since you've been turkey hunting?
Well, years ago, I graduated in 99. Let's see. So,
graduated in 99?
Yeah.
That's the year I was born. That was a good year.
Damn, you're showing your age.
You should have seen me trying to follow this guy through the woods.
Oh, I know. That's what it seems like. A lot of people, whenever we go turkey hunting, are like, God damn, I can't keep up with you guys. Or we're not a big like just sit still and stay there all day and call. We're a very active, like go get them.
Oh yeah, we traveled a lot.
Yeah.
On our little hunt. It was a good one.
Well, sometimes whenever like I'm on the move or whatever, I don't like to waste time, especially if I know like we need to get somewhere to beat them, you know. Like sometimes I plenty well want to take my time, but
I think you needed to get to work.
I did need to get to work that morning, I will admit. I did need to get to work, but so the last time you killed a bird, has it been?
It was probably my senior year, so 98, 99.
So
25, 24, 25.
Tuscumbia.
Really?
Yeah, I used to go with a friend of mine out there. He still hunts there, of course.
That's still a good area. Tuscumbia, all them areas down there, still good turkey population.
Did you have how many birds have you killed? Do you know, or did you used to go a lot?
Probably 8 to 10.
8 to 10
I'm
birds.
guessing. Few hens in the fall season.
Hey, they all-
Yeah, they eat good.
Yeah.
right. Well, I kind of wish that the turkeys are coming back, but back whenever kind of that era.
Oh yeah, the 2000s up to
2000s?
like 2010, 2012, the turkey population was at its height,
yeah,
and
it was
it was
insane.
the numbers were
In
nuts.
Missouri, in the 2000s, I think they'd kill 60,000 birds, somewhere in the 60,000 bird range.
Yeah,
And
40. It was like 40 to 60,000.
And now we're down to the
don't
last
have
few
them.
years. We've been 30.
Yeah, we've been
36, 35.
Yeah, so we've been mid 30s to 40. I wouldn't doubt if this year topped. I bet you it's close to 40. I bet you we hit between 38 and 40,000 birds
this year. Yeah, I'd say we'll be close. I mean, there's a lot of people killing birds.
Well, I'd say also that the youth numbers were up, but with the healthy Jake population this year, I'd say it's. I mean, we had such a good hatch last year, and MDCs.
I believe the
yeah.
youth hit like 3,800.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
The youth was up.
And the year before that, it was only 24,
Yeah.
25. But of course, youth season last year was.
I don't have my
terrible.
computer out to Google all this
Yeah,
quick enough.
I don't either. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm just
numbers-
rattling numbers off. I'm just rattling numbers off that I know is
Yeah, that I've
half-ass
read.
close, but yeah, it's everyone. Well, I mean, everyone we've hunted with this year has talked about how many jakes there are. I mean, well, just us ourselves, we've seen more jakes this year than we have.
Longbeards.
Yeah, longbeards, which is, I mean, good because it's going to make next year fun. You know, everyone's
I
going to have a bunch
agree.
of 2-year-old birds running around. They should come rolling in.
Little Rod, didn't you say your biggest bird was like 28 pounds?
28 pounder. And that was probably when I was senior. I was probably about 18, 19 years old.
That's a big bird.
Yeah, I said that is a big bird.
That's the one I have mounted on the wall.
On the wall. Yeah, no, that's a big bird. I don't know that I've ever killed one that's such 28 pounds.
That comes from Mary's home.
Really?
I don't know that the biggest bird I've weighed, I think's only been 25, 26 pounds.
Yeah, I was
at
gonna say,
most.
my biggest, the
Did
biggest bird I could say that I killed, I don't know that I actually weighed it. But
Yeah.
Did you happen to weigh that last one? This
yeah,
one?
I weighed the last one was 26.
26.
Still
That's
big
what-
That's
bird.
still big bird.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what Michaela's was.
Yeah.
Was it?
26. It's,
It looked like she killed a big bird.
it was
Yeah.
big.
And that was her first bird.
Yeah. What'd she shoot at?
With
12
that-
gauge?
No, that 410.
She shot with a 410?
They all been
That's cool.
shooting. Since Bo bought that 410 for Little Rod's boy, and because your boy got his first turkey this
Yep.
year, Will.
Yep, he got a good one too.
Yeah, he did. So they, Bo bought Will a 410
Really?
to take him hunting.
It's that single shot.
Yeah, the break barrel ones?
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
And it's been still killing them stone.
Is that
dead.
what Max and Bo shot theirs with?
No,
No.
they got
Just-
their big
yeah.
guns.
That's what I thought. Huh, that's sick though. Did she say it kicked very hard?
Max ordered another one though, and it's a 20
Really?
gauge.
Did he? Well, I know whenever I was just at his house that Max and Bo were arguing over who was taking the 410 in the morning. So apparently it's a.
There's a lot of people shoot. Well, they're so light. They're so easy. Well, that's why. Same with Nick was here. He'd say so many people in the waterfowl world are switching to 20 gauges because they're so light and shells are way cheaper.
Well, Max made a good point. Well, way lighter when he's scooting with the shooting scoot.
Yeah.
He said his double barrel got heavy on him.
Oh,
which
yeah. I'm sure it did.
Not a whole lot of people use the double barrel, but
No, but I have heard people that talked about going to a double barrel just because they're bringing out everything between the longbeard chokes, some TSS, some Indian Creek chokes, and people are shooting 70 yards, but when the wad comes out at 20 or 25, it's you know,
Yeah.
the size of your fist. And so a lot of people that are reaping them and they're coming running in or to get them too close, they're missing. You know, a turkey's head's always bobbing and things.
Yeah.
So someone said,
It's like shooting a fucking rifle at them.
oh yeah. So someone said about shooting like a double barrel or
Well, that's
over
what.
under
Yeah.
that they were putting a full choke in.
anybody gonna start on this pyramid?
Yeah, I'm working
I'm
on
working on it.
it. So
Not to interrupt you, but
I talk a little more. I get thirsty and have to wet my whistle.
I had to
Anyway,
get you in line, buddy.
that they were putting like a full choke in the top and then a mod in the bottom or whatever. And
Yeah,
that way
for
if they-
shooting, yeah.
you know, if they hung up out there farther, they still had both options,
Right.
which I thought was
Well,
smart.
that- yeah, I mean,
never
that's
thought of
what-
that.
When Trenton shot his bird in youth season with his over under, he said the same thing. He had 2 different chokes in there from.
I just wonder. I mean, obviously, I called him I told him not to shoot the bird that I never saw, and it was at like 3 yards. But I wonder, like, if he would have actually hit that thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
And-
his freaking barrel was about
Of course-
to poke in the mouth.
Yeah, but the turkey actually wasn't even like his head really wasn't bobbing. He was just kind of like, well, what's going on? So he might have completely dusted it. But
He probably would have took its head off.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he might have. And the funniest part about it is that the property that it came off is where I killed my bird at. So there was a big giant longbeard and 2 jakes. He shot one of the jakes, and then last weekend, when I shot my bird, there was 2 birds. There were 2 male birds and a hen. And it was the longbeard and the jake, and I ended not accidentally. I ended up shooting the jake instead of the longbeard. And so when I shot the jake, the longbeard stood up and flew off, and I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" But I still got my bird, so it's all right.
Yeah, they were in some tall grass. We thought they were both longbeards
Yep.
for a while, and just so happened to end up being a jake after you shot it. But
They,
I mean, after you were going towards the hen.
yeah,
yeah,
I was being guided in the wrong direction.
yeah. We Brady was reaping across his field, and I kept looking. I was like, "Where is he going?" And I was looking, and like the male birds were over to the right. And I
That
was
was the
could see
weirdest
them?
shit. They were bedded down.
Oh,
Yeah.
you could see their heads?
They were
I
bedded
was like,
down,
dude,
and
they're
you
right
could
in front of you.
you could see about 2 inches of their head.
They
You
were
could
like
see the
laying-
eye and the beak.
For
and
some
that's
reason,
it.
I think, they like hunkered down in that field, and you could just see their head. But Brady keeps reaping this bird, and I'm like, that's a hen. Like he's literally, I'm like, is he going to try to breed that hen?
Yeah, Spencer calls me, more to the right. And I finally look up past the decoy. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about 20 yards off course. So I spun around and went more to the right. But
Well, that's because Landon's over here. He's like, he's going to kill a hen.
I'm like, why is he reaping that hen?
you know what? In the video, I mean, you can see it. You know what made that bird, I think, because they were bedded down. I was within 10 yards of him. You know what made him stand up? When I was sitting there, I was shaking the reaper or whatever. He wouldn't do nothing, but I went, just with my voice, I went, like I was,
really?
drumming. And as soon as I did that, man, he stood up and half strutted and was coming right in. I was like, well, that worked.
Yeah, and you shot him at 4 yards.
Yeah, I don't know if that was coincidence or not, but I did. I was like, I'm gonna try it because they were talking about it on working class, and Cartel was talking about it. I was like, I'm gonna try like fake drumming at him, and I just went, just
Some people actually do that and it works.
yeah. And as soon as I did that, man, he stood up and he half strutted and he was rolling in. I was like, well, that worked. So
Well,
yeah, that was
turkey
kinda
hunting's
cool.
one of our favorite things. I mean, I try to go with a lot of people every year, and that's what me and Little Rod went out last week now.
Friday.
So we were trying to get him on a bird for his first bird in 25 years, and it was a damn good time. It was a lot of fun. We
Hand me a natural light.
well, now we're working on them.
Yeah.
Now the stories are really going to start flowing.
Yeah. We'll see.
Really gonna start lying now.
We'll see where we get to.
So me and Lil Rod went out hunting, and for some reason, like the birds this year that when we were hunting have been sunrise, like when you can really start to see is about 6 o'clock. And a lot of the birds been gobbling about 5:45, 5:50. For whatever reason down
Osage County.
on his farm, they were gobbling they wouldn't gobble until like 6:25. It was like the first gobble. Like you'd stand in the woods and be like,
Fuckers were tired. They're still
must have been.
sleeping.
I thought we were going to get skunked off the get-go.
I think all your birds are hung over every morning down there.
Yeah, Osage County, they probably fucking are.
Good possibility.
They don't wake up. But anyway, I mean, the few other mornings I hunted, I was like, oh, yeah, these birds. And he was just telling me, like, yeah, these birds don't wake up early. So we were sitting there. And I'm like, damn. And, hell, we killed that one bird off the, flew right off the limb, ran in, beat the decoy up. It took Marcus and another boy killed his first bird on, like, the Tuesday of season. And we killed the bird at 6:26. I think I had on my phone when I was videoing it, and like we didn't hear our first gobble till 6:25, and I mean it was getting light out, like
Yeah,
completely light out.
6:45, he was on us.
Yeah. So anyway,
First one.
we'll get there. we had two hens that were like roosting in the tree above us. And we didn't really even know it. I just kept kind of hearing something sound like they were bouncing limbs or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I know. And it looks perfect. There's a creek there, this bluff, and we're standing in the area there. And we kept waiting and waiting. We walk a little farther, kept waiting and waiting, not hear nothing. And all of a sudden, this one fired off way off in the distance. And then one fired off fairly close to our right. And then one fired off back behind us a little ways.
They're all over.
Yeah. And so I'm like, hell, let's just go up, we'll go up here a little bit and we'll sit. But it's real hilly country up there. And so I was worried about, a gobble sounds like it's far, but it really might be.
Yeah, you break a couple hills and it's
you
right there.
walk over the hill and it's on top of you. So I'm just kind of like, well, I'm kind of debating where to go. Well, no sooner than we start to walk, I'm like, all right, grab our stuff. Let's book it up there because, hell, by the time they start gobbling, they're off the limb in 2 gobbles.
Yeah.
I'm like, we got to book it. And we didn't take like 2 steps, scared 2 birds out of the tree. And I'm like,
2 hens, I'm
are you?
hoping. But
Yeah, they might have been 2 hens. I don't know. But I was like, are you kidding me? And then we got up there and we stopped, and there was a logging road, like a straight logging road that ran in the bottom, and then one that went up the hill.
Yeah.
which wasn't 100 yards from where we started.
Yeah, you could see the truck from where we started.
Oh, fuck.
And so we're standing there, and this bird gobbles a few times. Like, damn, I don't know. It sounds like it's up the hill a little ways. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I run up the hill. But keep in mind, I've never been on his farm. So, I'm trying to ask him questions. And about that time, like, the bird hits the ground. I told him, I was like, let's just sit down and see what he does. I cut him a few calls, and he'd answer every call. And I'm like, all right. And then when he hit the ground, it sounded like he was a ways off. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe. And then I told him, well, hold on, wait, maybe we'll go up there. And they're like, I don't know. So then I sat there and waited a minute. And then we were standing next to each other. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. And I had the decoy set already, but I was just kind of standing next to him like, well, we might need to run for it here in a minute. And he gobbled again, sounded like he was pretty far. And I was like, gosh, I wanted to, give him some cut the distance. And then I was like, And then I
hit one more time.
Yeah. Cut him a call again, and he gobbled, and I could tell he was facing me.
He was like Layton's like, shit, let's get them.
I told him, I was like, let's get the hell down for it. He walks up on us. So he sat next to a tree, and I go over, and I sit next to a tree.
This is the worst part of the whole hunt.
Yeah, I sit down, and I'm not paying attention. I'm just kind of finally sit down, and I bet it wasn't 2 minutes. And it's still pretty dark kind of inside the woods, and I just happened to look up that logging road, and I'm like, damn, that looks pretty black. Like,
here he comes.
Yeah, and I'm like, hell. And then I seen him walk a little bit, and I was like, oh shit, there he is. And then he like slowly walks, and he like cuts the corner of the logging road, and he can see kind of the decoys at that point, full strut. I'm like, holy shit. I'm about to get a little rotted turkey here at 6:30 in the morning. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, hell yeah, full strut. And then he walks a little bit, and he like walks slow, and then like full strut again. And I was like, shit. About that time, he's like 40 yards from me probably, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, he's about to bust him. I look over at Little Rod, he's like sitting on the backside of his tree, got his legs kicked out, his gun is facing the opposite direction, and I'm like, fuck, you don't even see it. So I say it like as quiet as I can but as loud as I can, and I say, get your gun up, he's coming. And then like,
it wasn't 3 seconds after that, you better shoot. After I got up and moved over where I could find it, still never seen the damn bird.
That's because I've never seen someone move so much. He rolls over.
He kind of got on my ass. We got a little better after that.
I was mad. Usually when I get a turkey in that distance, it's dead. And I see him, he picks his gun up and rolls over on his knees, like pops up like he's popping out of a trench to shoot something. And I'm like, whoa. And the bird like tucks its feathers, and it didn't even really put. It just kind of walked off. And I was like, you better kill it if you're going to kill it, because he's about to be gone. You better kill it. And then he like went up in the weeds, and I was like, I just sat down. I don't even think I said nothing. And he was still on the tree over there with his gun like this. Like,
never seen the bird.
He was still waiting.
So then we talked about it afterwards, and that really made me mad. Literally 20 yards from the decoy, and I was 10 from it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd never seen him. Anyway, I was sitting there, and I
didn't even drink that bad much.
I went over there, and I was like, I don't know, whatever. And I was just telling him, like, he was like, I never seen it. And I was like, I didn't know that he didn't see it. Of course, I mean, it happened quick, and the bird never gobbled. They come in completely.
Yeah, when they come up on you like that, or just fly off the roost and walk in quick like that, it's easy to get
and
busted.
we're in the timber, and the logging road cut between like cedars, so you know how dark it is in there. So it was pretty hard. I mean, it was pretty hard to see him, but he was strutting just right on down there.
You got to take up for me. I just
trying to cover for you a little bit.
I know you are.
And
it was probably a 30-pounder, I bet.
I'm pretty sure it had 2-inch hooks on it.
Yep.
I've seen at least 2 or 3.
It's still there. We might have to go Friday morning.
Yeah, we might have to go get him still. But anyway, we sit there, and and he goes, you think, like, what do we do? He's like, you think we'll call him back in? And I was like, I'm afraid not. Like, he's gone for the day. And then we were just sitting there, and I was kind of mad, but I was trying not to be like.
Oh, I was pretty upset too.
I was trying not to be like too pissed.
I wanted to cry.
I was trying not to be too pissed. And
Bad part is I didn't take a cooler of beer.
Yeah.
Or we would have went straight to the truck probably.
Ease the pain a little bit.
Yeah, we'd have called it a hunt.
But it's a good thing we didn't, because we had a heck of a run after that.
Yeah, no, after that. So we were sitting there, and I was trying to tell him, like, next time, like, sit down, have your gun up on your knee, like, be ready. And I was trying not to be.
You didn't want to be mad at me.
Yeah, I was trying not to be mad, because, like, it happens. They ain't kill a turkey in 20 years. Like, I think I was more mad at myself that I wasn't, like, paying attention to him at all, or, like, trying to get him, like, I don't know. And you know how some birds are, but I should have known that as thick as it was, that the bird was going to come down the logging road, and we should have just set up. But I almost completely busted it, because I was standing there for the longest time with my just standing next to him.
Was that my
Yeah. And I should have just known, like, sit down, look up the logging road, he's coming. And I didn't really expect him to come that quick either, because it sounded like when he gobbled the last time, it sounded like he was.
Well, you turned and we shit and get in the woods, and that didn't help my setup either.
Yeah, I know.
Get in the woods, he's coming.
I did. I said, sit down. So anyway, I boogied over to a tree, and I wasn't even paying attention.
I thought I was pointing up to the road, but he's like, there it is, and you better shoot. So I crawl up on my knees, thinking I'm behind this tree. And there's no bird. I don't see no bird.
It was already in the brush. It was gone.
Twice.
So
that's the first one.
That was still the first one. So why I'm sitting there explaining to him, like, all right, next time have your
He's pretty much said, he dumbass. You can't be fucking moving around. They can see you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it pretty much like that. So I was like, you can't move like that. Like that.
Yeah.
That was the most moving I've ever seen someone do. The turkey's at 30 yards. And he goes, well, I didn't see it. I didn't think he could see me. And I'm like,
exactly what I said.
I wish it worked that way.
I'm like, well, we're direct. I mean, I set our decoys like on the logging road, and we literally just booked it in the woods at 5. The decoys were not 5 yards from us.
I wish I was behind you, like not behind you, but
yeah, to the side. I will admit,
because I went to the wrong way.
Yeah, I went to the left a little bit. He went to the right. So like,
then to come down this like from your right to your left.
Oh yeah.
The logging road, he could only see like part of it. Like I'm pretty sure you should have been able to see the bird, I would think. But for me, I could see like the whole logging road. Yeah. So he could only see like part of it. And I almost like.
Well, you said right off the bat, it's here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't fucking see it. So then I cracked a couple of limbs. I get my gun up, and then by that time he says, you better shoot. And I guess it ran off after that.
Yeah, no, it did. It definitely did. So
anyway, he's there still. Though.
So
that one is, yeah.
Yeah, so I told him, like, this is how we need to get set up and whatever. And so, well, I almost, back to that, the first one there, I debated just letting the bird come all the way to the decoys and then being like, there he is, because the decoys were 5 yards from us. And I felt like at that point.
I could see the decoys.
Yeah, at that point, even if he turned or whatever he did, try to run, he could.
I'd have hammered.
Right, you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, we could have tested out shooting after that point. So.
We did all right shooting.
Yeah. So anyway, we're sitting there, and I'm just kind of telling him, and he's like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know. I really haven't heard any other, the birds kind of were being like, getting gobbled. It was kind of weird. And I was like, hell, I don't know. About that time, one gobble's like I don't know. It sounded like it was 250, 300 yards from us. And I was like,
Yeah, we thought it was really far.
yeah. And he was like, damn, did you hear that? And I was like, yeah, I hear that. And it literally we're still in the same place, like against the same tree. And it gobbled way down to the right. And I was like, damn, no way. So I was sitting there and I was still kind of like, I wasn't even paying attention to the bird because I was still trying to like tell him what to do for the next one. About that time it gobbled again. And I was like, got out my call, cut him a couple calls or whatever, gobbled again. And I was like, damn. So anyway, I cut him another call, gobbled again, and I'm like, all right, sit down. I was like, it's going to happen.
Right in the middle of the road.
Yeah. So anyway, we back up and we sit against like two trees.
Yeah.
And this time we sit pretty well next to each other. And I wait a few minutes or whatever, cut a call, and when he gobbles, it's like,
right there.
I told him, I was like, oh, these birds are coming. And here come two of them. And then I'm like, oh, I see them. And he's like, oh, yeah, like I see them too. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect. They're going to work right down the logging road. They come all the way down the logging road, just a gobbling, just one after another. But then I guess
behind three trees.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all things, we had three big trees like right in the damn way.
Big Y, yeah.
Yeah. And they could have come like another
10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet, and it would have been
Smoked.
Done.
all over. And anyway, they kind of got up in the brush. And then I was kind of behind him more. And then I don't really know if he could have killed one or not.
You said, can you shoot? I said, well, they're all up in the
Shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
All up in the.
Trying to be all.
But if you had 3.5-inch shells and you got three of them.
Oh, yeah.
Cut the brush down with the first one and kill it with the second.
Well, I guess I'm learning shit. 10 years, man. We sit in blinds and used to bring them in with corn, buddy.
Yeah.
Back when I was 18, 19 years old.
That's how you did it, huh?
That's how we did it.
Yeah, well, we don't quite do it like that, but
Well, I know. I haven't done that in years.
yeah, I know. But
Well, we shut it off the 2 weeks before,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, these birds come in. They're probably, what would you say, 30 yards?
Then the doubles?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I just couldn't get a shot on them either.
Yeah, they were probably 30 yards in the brush. And I mean, anything that I threw at them, they were just choking on their own tongue. Just gobble, gobble, gobble. And I was
Even behind the brush.
oh, yeah. Just hammer.
They were there. They played us real good on that one.
And then I don't
They were
know.
probably older birds.
I don't know what they didn't like or anything. Well, they started working away, and I was like, can you shoot one? And then we had them big-ass trees in the way, and they kept working off. And then they were going to circle us, just still gobbling, like the whole time, just one after another.
Yeah, this
and
is
I
the
was
next
like,
cool
what the?
part.
So then they were going to circle us. Like, I could still see them kind of in the woods, and they were almost going to, like, circle us. And I'm like, I don't know. Let's see what the hell happens. I'm still cutting. They're just gobbling, gobbling, gobbling. About that time, like, he's like, you see the deer? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I don't see the deer. By that time, they come, like, just running right by us, I hate deer in turkey season because, turkeys can't, I don't think they can smell you and stuff.
No.
But, deer smell you or snort at you and everything. Well, deer come running right by us and run right by take the turkeys with them. Like, the deer run by and the turkeys follow
Turkeys went right with them, right across the creek, right up.
Yeah.
Oh,
right
yeah.
up the hill we didn't want to go to.
It happens every year. The deer blow off in the clear field. Turkeys go straight with them.
And
There's four or five of them.
He's telling me, he's like, do you see all the deer? There's 5 of well, the turkeys are running with them. I'm like, what the heck? And it was weird, whatever. They kind of like run up the hill, and I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, I don't know. At this point, we've had basically 3 longbeards at 30 yards and
Right.
and have it, and not, that it's all anyone's fault.
Well, the first one was a mistake.
Well, I wasn't trying to point fingers, but Little Rob messed the first one up. And so the second 2, we just kind of we just sat down almost too quick because they were coming hot, but I should have. It goes back to the thing, if we'd have just moved a hair more to the right, a hair more to the left, we had big trees right in the way.
Game of inches.
It just didn't work, which of course he probably could have shot in the brush, but I didn't really know to.
I didn't know either.
Yeah.
He didn't know. He's a rookie. So we're sitting there.
Definitely.
We're
That's why you're calling for me. I never
know.
seen so many birds in my life in one damn day.
We did. We had them all. We had them all in there. So, but what was cool. So after this, anyway, I didn't really have nothing to chew.
Hand
his
me
a-
one more beer.
I didn't have nothing to chew his ass over because he didn't do nothing wrong on this one. So we were just sitting there, and I went to pick the decoys up, just like, well, we'll head to the other side of the farm, and see what. Because in them hills down there, you walk over a hill and one's gobbling, you didn't hear from where you were. So I'm like, hell, we'll go pick the decoys up. Well, I'm about to pick the decoys up, and he's like, turkey right here. And I was like, what? And it's like literally down the logging road where the longbeards just came from. And I'm like, sit down. And me and him just sat down, and we still had the decoys were on the ground.
Right next to us. So.
Yeah, right next to us. And we're in the middle of the logging road.
But you had one of your scooting shoots.
Yeah, and I had it set up as a decoy. And
Ross?
yeah, I had the decoy set up, and so I had it laying on the ground, though, because I was picking it up to put in my bag, and I just dropped everything, and instead of picking the decoy up right away, I picked my binos up, and I seen the turkey. It was kind of like running away from us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, we done spooked it.
Oh, he done chewed my ass again, though. He told me, get down, stay behind me.
Yeah, I did.
So I got my head cocked around him and the bird. He's got his head here with his box. I'm looking at him trying to watch because I could see him.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's seen them. So anyway, I pulled my binos up, and this bird's like,
I said, they're coming.
Kinda-
I don't know what they are.
yeah, it kind of like, well, it went to run away at first, and I was like, damn, what the hell? And the first instinct, I pulled out my binos just to see what it was.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, I seen them just notice they were stopped just inside the woods, like they really didn't know what was going on. And I just reached over, grabbed that full strutter, and threw it in front of us. And then I was like, that's what I told him. I said, get behind me and don't move.
Yeah.
I threw it in front of us.
That happened like 3 times, but
And then I got out my call, and I cut him a call, and then I seen him like turn around, and kind of like mosey back out, and I'm like, I don't know, he's probably gonna come over. And about that time, here come 3 Jakes, and they come right to us.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. We're sitting in the middle of a road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Open logging road.
I was just sitting right there, and I'm behind him, and he's talking to him, doing his magic. I can guarantee that. That was impressive. Anyway, they come, 20 yards?
Yeah, they come all the way like to us, and I was like,
Then they kind of veer to the right a little bit, and I'm like, we've already fucked our day
Yeah.
up.
well,
Might as
first,
well
no,
fucking-
first you
I haven't
said,
killed a bird in years.
I said, Lil Rod, you want to shoot a Jake? He's like, I don't know, what you think? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care. That's up to you. But they're coming. Like, I was expecting them just to start running. They were just kind of moseying on. I was like, I don't know. They're coming through just 3 bright redheads. And he's like, well, should we wait for the Longbeards? I was like,
They're gone.
I wanted to say, well, that's already passed. But I was like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many more chances we're going to get. And I did need to get to work or whatever. And I was like, you get a second tag and, here in Missouri. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, here's an opportunity right here.
Oh, yeah, we had a whole conversation, and this bird's from me to you to that door.
I think I told him, like, I don't know. I would just try it because I figured we'd probably blow this one too. But I was like, I don't know. I'd just try it. I think I was wanting you to shoot.
I almost let them run off.
Yeah, I was one. Yeah. So anyway, I was like, can you shoot them? And he's like, I don't know. I think I'll kill all 3. And I was like, well, they were all 3. Like, you know how they are. Like,
Jake's always come in neck.
they were all like
the
neck and
time.
neck. And I was like, yeah,
And
I don't
Landon's
know.
like, no, wait.
Yeah, I was like,
You'll kill all 3 of them.
Yeah, I was like, you better wait. Well, about that time, they like jumped in the woods kind of. And I was like,
Fuck.
oh gosh. I was like, this ain't going good. And so I was trying to tell him like,
So I'm going to take one.
yeah, I was like, oh, if you're going to kill one, you better. And he's like, and I look back at him, and he's like on a knee, like right behind me, his gun's pointing in the air. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, stay down. I'm going to pop up. I'm like, all right. Like, all right. Next thing you know, he pops up. Boom. And I mean,
Fucking shaked her down.
rolled her. He did roll it. It was up there just a flopping and whatever. And I was like, hell.
We got a Jake, but it was a great
Yo,
day.
Oh,
we-
you can't complain
we
about
were,
that though.
I was so pumped up. I was like, hell yeah. And we're walking up to it, and it's just like, it was kind of weird. Cause you know how when like you shoot a deer, you take the front shoulders out and it's like plowing dirt.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like it was like flopping on the ground like typical. It was like it had its head in the dirt and its feet were just like pushing its head through the dirt. Like it was just like running on the, like it was weird. It kind of like did the circle, and he's like, I forget what he said. I
I
don't know.
cleaned that. Didn't find one pellet in the
No, you blasted it. I don't know what it was doing, but anyway, we got up to it, and which I knew was a Jake or whatever, and he goes,
The turkey.
that thing even got a beard? I was like, yeah, it's got a beard.
Yeah.
I was like, I was scared shitless. I shot a fucking hen.
I wasn't going to steer you in the wrong direction. So anyway, but I'm not going to lie, for being a Jake, it had a heck of a breast on it.
It wasn't bad.
No.
Nice bird.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it had some meat on it.
that was your first bird in 20-some years. And
Oh, it was such an
It
exciting
didn't matter.
morning.
The whole day was
Yeah,
rough.
I was gonna say,
I was sitting there
that's-
telling Landon, I'm shaking. Like,
Oh yeah.
No, that's the best part.
No,
It just turkey hunting's always a complete mess. Like, very rarely do you just go and set up and it happens. Like,
And you don't really get 3 chances at
Yeah.
a bird in one
And
day.
this was all before 7 a.m. Like we could have
In
shot
the
a
same setup.
yeah.
God handed you that bird,
And-
little Rob.
No, we had 3 Longbeards and 3 Jakes in the same setup by 7 o'clock.
Yeah, he said, if this motherfucker don't shoot this one, he ain't killing no more.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And I think Landon felt bad for me. He's like, "We can go back again, buddy, and get a long beard."
I did say that. I did say that. I told him after we were done, I was like, "Don't worry, we'll go back out and we'll get a long beard at some point." And he's like, "No, I'm just happy as hell with this." And I'm like, "Well, I'm happy too, but I was like, "Oh, we'll go back and get one." It was bad. I mean, I'd take the blame on some of it too because I didn't really know the ground and stuff at all. But we were super pumped. It was one of them mornings.
It
It was one of them mornings that the birds hammered so hard in, and it's something different than sitting in a field. You know how deep a bird gobbles in the woods, the timber?
Oh, yeah, there ain't nothing like hearing them
No,
gobbling the
and
timber.
these birds, I mean, every bird that I cut a call to was on top of us in a matter of minutes. Like it was,
What'd Bo say? You must have been the magical man.
I don't know what, but anything we threw at them birds, here they come. I mean, they were in our lap. So it was.
I wonder if it's because we shove them too off in the morning, though. I wonder if that's got anything to do.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah,
we
well,
blow
that's
them
what-
hens out.
I told him,
you
I
know?
said, we blew them hens out, and then we had no competition.
Because
Yeah.
it took off that way.
Yeah.
And all of our birds pretty well seemed like they came from the right and straight up.
They did.
Could be.
We,
I mean,
we scared the hens off to the left, or they flew to the left, and all the longbeards and the jakes come from the right.
I could see that. Hens ruin a lot of hunts. I mean, they'll go straight to them and just spin or the longbeards will just spin circles around them.
Yeah.
so.
Oh yeah. So basically, we got
lucky with that, I think.
we got the women out of the way, and we were over there just sweet talking them all.
I wasn't.
I was.
Fuck.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen so many birds just come flying out of nowhere.
They did.
You need to reap one.
That's
Reaping
basically
one
what
is-
we did. We sat behind the decoy.
No,
and it
no,
come
I
out
know,
to-
but it's nothing like when they're like you're actually behind it in a field and they
And
just
it's
come
running to you.
Yeah, they come charging at you.
Well,
They didn't charge, but I was.
as slow as Little Rod makes decisions, he'd get flocked before he ever stopped.
They'd spur him in the head.
He'd be like, "Should I shoot?" I'd be like, "I think you
Should I shoot? Oh, fuck off!
Be that fucking poor video you showed me, that youngster you took.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Trenton, where he almost.
I'm pretty sure I'd have shot, though.
yeah.
I promise you, I know you would have shot if you weren't facing the opposite direction.
God dang, that's crazy.
But it was a heck of a morning, and then we checked we went and checked the rest of the farm out. And it was a lot of fun. We had a damn good time.
Yeah, we was cleared out by 9:30.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
your ass to work.
Yep, sure did. I'm glad that I got to go, and like I said, we'll go again and get
Well,
you.
we might go. You might be going tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
go get it done.
He might be going with the boys.
Yeah,
My next question is, how long's it been since you killed a deer?
I kill a deer every year.
Do you?
Well, I don't horn hunt.
Yeah, you just
yeah.
shoot a couple does or something.
But that's what we were saying for
I
even,
like to put the meat in the freezer, bud.
Oh yeah,
even
I
for
hear you.
them, even like that Jake or whatever. He's like, I mean,
I just want a breast.
I like to kill longbeard when they obviously have more meat on them, but
Oh yeah.
they all eat the same.
Yep,
You know?
yep. Oh yeah, that's right. You do kill deer every year because you were talking to Greg about making them.
Loins.
Yeah, them stuffed loins. That shit's good.
I'm getting so much closer.
That's good.
I just can't figure out how to keep all the cream cheese and stuff from coming out.
Really,
Yeah.
He's got a bacon wrap deal he does on it, and I haven't figured it out yet.
dude, them things are to
Oh, they're so good.
die for.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
A few beers and that deer loin.
Murder it. A couple deer breasts.
Yeah, a couple
Or
turkey breasts.
turkey breast with some deer meat,
Yeah,
even
I
fried.
ain't never ate deer breast, and I'm not really
didn't
sure what
mean
they
to say
taste
that.
like.
I'm about 6 beers deeper than you. I meant turkey breast and deer loin fried.
Yeah, now we're talking. But anyway, it
I
was.
know you boys know how to eat.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, I do.
Oh, we know how to fry stuff.
Yeah, my arteries are probably
I probably got arteries of like an 80-year-old person.
Yeah, as much fried fish and stuff as I eat. Fried fish, deer,
Mushrooms.
chicken,
Speaking of
mushrooms.
not to get off of the main bean podcast, but we got to get this doing some fishing.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
It's
yeah, no,
almost
we
time.
do.
We should have already been doing it, but usually by now we've got line set and we got a couple gallons of catfish in the freezer. And
We
don't have
got to go
nothing yet.
try out your secret hole again, Rod, because the first
Yeah,
time we
we got
went
to
there,
definitely go up
someone
there.
else was already in your hole.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
first.
everybody knows about it. That's the problem.
Well, that's not a secret hole then.
Well, it's my secret.
one of the first times we set lines with him, Lil Rod's hammered, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. Let's go to my secret hole. We're gonna go set a trot line. So we literally
like
got,
4 lines, 4 hooks.
we literally got on his boat at like fucking 11 o'clock. We got on Troy's boat,
No.
upriver.
We were.
Oh yeah, we were on
You're
Troy's
right.
boat, so that's when the Osage actually had water in it still.
Yeah, one of you were driving. I think you were driving, Brady.
No, I didn't go.
I drove.
Yeah, I didn't go.
It was me, you, and Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you kept going, it's that tree up there. And I'm like, all right, I drive that tree. Nope, this ain't it. I'm like, all right, just a little farther up. I'm like, all right. Oh, it's got to be that tree right there. I'd go over to that tree. No, that's not it. Keep going up. And I'm like, fuck. And then he's like, he was trying to explain to me. I was like, I've never been up here. And he's like, just keep going. I'm like, all right. And then he's like, it's that tree.
Well,
All right, we go over to that
Caddy
tree.
Creek.
No, this ain't it. Like 3 or 4 times, I'm like, shit, we ain't never gonna find this tree. And about that time, he's like, nope, there it is, right there. I'm like, all right, motor over to it. Already had a trot line on it.
Yeah. That river gets fished hard. So does the Missouri anymore. But it's I enjoy setting lines. I really do. It's fun.
But no, yeah, it's a lot of fun. We need.
You got another good turkey story to tell, don't you?
Yeah. So actually, I was gonna get into that. Our opening day was a little wild. Me and Brady kind of battled where we were gonna hunt this year, and I ended up getting permission on a piece next to public, and that's kind of where the birds were.
Oh shit! Yeah.
But the easiest way to access it was just to park at public and
walk through.
over.
Yeah, walk through public.
So
and
we
walk
showed
to
up
it.
a little late. There was already a guy in the parking lot, and
Well, first of all, start at that night because we hunted the private
Yes.
that night.
and in Missouri though, I'll back up. In Missouri, they just opened the season to where you can hunt all day.
Yeah.
But
you can only hunt public.
you
till
can only
1.
hunt public till 1. So I don't really know how all that goes, but we parked on public, we walked across public, and then hunted the private that we had. And it was windy, kind of nasty out, but we saw
Saw birds.
10 hens.
Yeah,
and
bunch of hens and then one strutter at like 250 yards, and we watched them go up to roost.
yeah, basically go up to roost, and we're like, okay, we're going to go back in there in the morning. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we'll set up close to them. Should be money.
So we show up early, and there's already a guy in the parking lot, and he's kind of getting ready. And as soon as we get out of the truck, he was like, just so you guys...
We knew who it was. Same guy that was there last year.
he might have been there last year, but I never talked to him.
Yeah, no, I never talked to him, but it's the
And
same
the guy
as
was
last
like,
year.
I'm going that direction. And I was like, okay, like that's cool. I was like, we're going to go that direction with you, but we're going to get onto private.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I mean, I'm going to walk that direction with you, wherever, and I'm just going to go to the private over there. And so we end up getting kind of not into it, but kind of confusion. We got on X, we're talking about things, and he's like, I'm like, well, I had permission on this guy's piece, you know, to hunt. And he's like, well, that was my plan. And I'm like, okay, well, I kind of like threw me like, okay, what's kind of going on here? And I felt like for a little while he was almost trying to like call our bluff. Like,
He was definitely trying to.
he was, he was
was
older than
definitely
we
trying
were,
to.
and he was trying to more or less be like, no. And I was like, anyway, the more we got talking, he was like, well, I've hunted it for, some years, and he told me that I could hunt, and not necessarily like go all the way on it, but like, if there was a bird on there, I could hunt like the fence line or cross if I needed to. And I'm like, all right, and I'm like, well, I called him last year, and the guy told me that someone had already called him.
I have one of these.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. So he said that someone had already had permission on it, and so that he wasn't going to give me permission. And I was like, no, that's totally fine. I understand. Like someone called before me. So this year I
Called him early.
I called him not real early, but
Couple weeks early.
yeah, a couple weeks early. And he said, well, I tell you what, he said, no one's called me yet this year. He said, usually a neighbor hunts it a little bit, but he said, he ain't called me either. And he said, you're the first one to call me this year. So he said,
Go ahead and hunt it.
go ahead and hunt it. And I said, well, I really appreciate that, sir. I said, I don't know. I said, I got a couple of youths that I take out. And I said, I don't know if we'll be back there with the youth or I'll be back there in regular season. But I said, I'll be back there. And he said, yeah, nope, go ahead. He said, I seen some turkeys back there the other day. And a real nice guy. I said, well, I really appreciate that, sir. And so went on. So back to this guy. So I'm starting to tell the guy, and I'm like, well, I've called him to get permission. And he's like, then he starts to throw out, well, from the new owners? I'm like, what do you mean the new owners? He's like, well, that place was for sale. And I'm like, I don't ever remember it being for sale.
I
I
don't
heard of it. It was the same guy I talked to last year. I think he was just trying to get us to be like, oh, well, we ain't going to go back there then.
Trying to blow smoke up your ass.
No, I think,
that's what
he
was
definitely
doing.
was.
And so I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, we can wait around, or like I can give him a call. Like I talked to him this year, and he's like, you talked to him this year? Yeah. Like I talked to him this year. He gave me permission. Oh, well, turns out he talked to the guy like 5 years ago. The guy gave him permission, and he just
You think so?
Yeah, never.
thought
yeah,
that he
never
could
called
still
it
go
back.
on it. And I'm like, dude, and for anyone out
With
there,
the new
like,
owners too, right?
yeah, with the new owners, I'm like, I
Made
told
the
him,
new
I'm like,
owners
Yeah,
5 years ago.
yeah.
that's why I was like, I don't know if it has new owners or not, but whoever owns the ground is who I like
Contacted.
contacted and got permission through. So anyway, through this whole thing, anyone out there, I mean, make sure you call. I call it someone every year to make sure, hey, I'm still good to hunt it.
Yeah.
If anything changes, anything, just to make sure that I'm still good to go. I mean, other than that, if a lot of people, they don't hear back from you, they're going to give
Someone else permission.
Yeah, and next thing you know, then everyone's on it, and it gets dangerous, So anyway,
well, it got
You
dangerous.
need,
Oh,
you need
yeah.
to call yearly
yeah, exactly.
for that whole year.
So then this guy wants to sit and talk for. We didn't even leave the truck till 6:30. Like,
I
completely-
will
birds had to be
will
on the
say he was definitely trying to blow smoke up our ass.
But he did calm down.
He ended up being a very nice guy, and it ended up being like very personable.
He did.
and he ended up saying, you know what? Yep, you guys are right. You go back there. I'm not going to mess with you. I may short stop you a little bit and stay like short of you guys in the timber. No big deal. He ended up being a really cool guy. I don't have nothing against him.
No, nothing at all. But
As a guy who was hunting public, he was definitely trying to call our bluff and definitely trying to blow smoke up our ass.
he started out the way he kind
Smoke burns too.
Yeah.
the way he started out was kind of like iffy.
Yeah.
But then by the end of it, it was like,
Yeah.
all
Okay.
right,
Yeah.
Then he was fine with it. You could tell he didn't. He was like, damn, I drove here and I really planned on going back there, but.
He knew he was.
Yeah,
he knew he was in the wrong.
I told him, I
on
was like, I hunted back there last night and everything. And he was like, all right, well, he's like, no, he's like, I can't, he's like, I can't say nothing else. He's like, you guys got.
Did you guys shouldn't have hunted?
there.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
about 6:30, we finally leave the damn truck because he wanted to talk about Kansas and something else. And so we finally get out there, and it's pretty light out, but birds were hammering. But by the time we got set up, most of the birds were already on the ground.
Yeah.
We get in there, got set up, and we can hear this guy behind us at like 150 yards, owl hooting and
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like,
See, that's the old shit I used to do.
really? Yeah, people still owl hoot all the time, but I mean, there was
Yeah,
probably
'cause
no need.
I don't know how to call.
Yeah.
There was probably no need to owl hoot. He was pretty
Yeah.
well, damn near the birds were on the ground.
Sometimes
They
you
don't-
get them to shock
They
gobble
don't
like
call
that.
back though.
No, they will. They'll shock gobble like to
Yeah.
geese, crows, and it depends on a lot of times.
Peacocks.
Yeah, peacock, anything. Like you just want to make sure. Well, actually, you laugh at
That
it.
wasn't. You're
No,
an
that's what.
idiot.
Oh no.
No,
Maybe.
I'm not kidding you. We hunted next to this farm, and they had peacocks.
Yeah.
And in the mornings, they would sound like that. Over
That's
there,
what.
and the
Yeah.
birds
That's
would
what they
just
do. Like,
hammer it to them. Yeah, and the birds would
I
hammer
think
it
I
to
know
them.
what you're talking
yeah.
about.
They gobbled out their. They gobbled their ass off at the
But
peacocks.
a lot of the times, it depends on the area you're in. I mean, you'll notice like some birds gobble at some things more than others in
Yeah.
different areas. Like around here, they gobble a lot of hoot owls, crows, stuff. In other areas, or like in that case, they were gobbling the peacocks. But
So what did we have on the farm the other day? You asked me if we had peacocks or something.
I don't know what the hell was on your farm. I don't know what it was, but it was making some kind of.
I forgot about that.
It was making some crazy ass noise. I don't even know what it was. I forget what I asked him what he had.
I can't really.
It might have been peacock. I was like, you got any?
Fucking peacocks.
Yeah, it was making. It was making some weird noise. I forget what the hell it even was, or
He
what
was
it.
trying to be all quiet, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, God. I heard it a few times, and I was like, God, what is that?
Was there something gobbling back to it?
No, I don't know what it was making some weird noise. But
It's some sort of bird.
yeah, anyway, me and Brady get back in this spot and we
Yeah.
set up.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. We set up and I mean, these birds kind of gobbled and they were just up the hill from us, probably
Yeah.
250 yards.
But it wasn't, we set up, sat down, and it wasn't 30 seconds, and poof, I just see wings open, sailing straight to the decoys. Boom.
a hen came down to us and she milled around for a few hours, like literally
Surprised
just
you
pecked
didn't
around.
bust her.
I can't believe we didn't bust her either. Like the way we were, not the way we were set up, but she was there for so long. She just fed around. And I even took the camera off the tripod, switched the battery out, put it back on the tripod, and she was still out in the field just milling around. And like around our decoys the whole time. And she was cutting. I mean, we didn't do a whole lot of calling because she was cutting. The dude behind us was
Calling.
cackling away over there.
Yeah.
And this bird was hammering up on the public where I told him to go kind of in the first place. And that bird ended up coming all the way over kind of to us.
Yeah.
But it was probably 9 o'clock or no, 8:30.
It was probably closer to 9. I'd say.
Closer to 9. And this bird just was fired up. And it was at what? Probably within 150 yards.
Yeah, I'd say it was between 120 and 150,
Like-
just over a rise in the field.
It was to the point where it was like any second I thought I was going to see it. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this bird's, damn near coming. And I'm sitting there, cut him a few calls and just gobbling. Yeah, just gobbling.
one after
and I'm like-
another.
I mean, loud. And I'm like, oh, damn, this is going to get good, And it's the most beautiful bottom we're set in. This hen's just still down there pecking away. And I'm like, shit, we got a live decoy out here. We had our DSD full strutter out there. I was like, this is going to be
Money.
About that time, this hen literally shoots the moon, just like shoots off like a rocket, clears the trees, like
Gone.
something tried to catch her. And I looked at Brady and was like,
Yeah, I was like,
the?
what the? And I mean, like I said, we had moved a little bit, kind of your ass starts hurting. So you kind of
Yeah.
scoot up the tree a little bit. And she never putted,
No.
never looked at us, nothing.
Yeah.
Just sit out
And
there and
I would
milk
kind
the
of
whole
watch her,
time.
if she had her head in there, I wouldn't move. And then, she did, I'd kind of reposition. And I don't know, she's like just completely, I mean, she didn't even like get a running start. She just freaking.
Yeah, I didn't
off
think
like
they
a-
could do that.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Yeah, it was- she
had
just,
to
boom,
She
she
had to
was
run a
gone.
little bit, but it was quick. Like
Yeah.
I just happened to turn and I mean, she just shot.
Wasn't
straight up.
normal.
No.
No,
When them
she,
suckers take off to go up in the tree, I mean, they
Yeah.
go.
yeah,
They
she
take 4 or 5 steps and they're
she shot up, and I thought, holy cow! And me and Brady were, and Brady goes, "Is there a coyote?"
Yeah, I
out
said,
here?"
damn, is there a coyote around?
We're like looking around, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened.
Did
I'm
you
like,
have your eyes out?
do what?
you binos?
Oh yeah, no, I did. About that time, I looked up the hill and I like catch some movement, and I'm like,
Right where this bird had last gobbled at
Yes.
like 120 yards.
I look up the hill, and I catch, like I said, caught some movement, and it's a guy walking down the hill from the private, like off the private. I'm like, I told Brady, I was like, here comes a guy, like here comes a dude, and he's like turkey hunting, obviously. And next thing you know, he's like creeping down the hill, and I'm like,
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
like what the hell? I told Brady, I was like, I think he's like, looking at our
he was
decoy.
coming in.
And next thing you know, he like, he's coming in for like 100 yards, 120 yards, just as far as we could see. And he's like walking down this wooded hillside. And then he gets to like 75 yards from the field edge, And
Yeah,
he gets down behind some trees, and he takes all his vest off and his decoys. And then he kind of starts crouch down, and he crouches down for a while. And I'm like, watch him come down this whole hillside. And then he gets about 40 yards from the edge of the field, and so he's probably 80 yards from our decoy, and he starts belly crawling tree to tree, and I'm like,
Yeah, it finally got
is
to
this shitting me? Like, this guy's going to shoot our decoy. And I'm like, surely he's going to realize that it's in the same exact position, like it's not moving any. And I don't understand, like, them DSDs look,
Oh, it looks fucking
Real as
real.
can be.
If
Oh,
you've
it's
seen
silly.
if you've seen it at 120 yards or just off the road and you drove by it, you'd say it was a live bird.
okay, as like if I got a quick glimpse of it or I seen it in a field, I would, it
Oh,
does
yeah.
look like a live bird. But
Yeah.
every time that I always throw my binos up, like check
Yeah,
it
make
out. Like the
sure.
first thing I
Right.
do most of the time is throw my binos up, make sure, see what it's doing, whatever. Like, no, this guy was committed. Like, and he
Hell,
got,
they taught me that in safety school.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, the funny thing was, I mean, me and Landon
20-some
were,
years older than you boys.
yeah, we were talking to each other. We were like, look at this idiot. Like, he's actually coming in. We were laughing and looking at him. I have big binos. I have 56 binos.
Yeah.
So I'm like literally right in on his eyeballs looking at him. I'm like, this fucker is literally like, he's sneaking on our decoy.
Yeah, he like belly crawls down, and it got to one point like, you know, he's up the hill and me and Brady are directly kind of like in line with the decoys and him. And I told Brady, I'm like, all right, no, we got to get up because he's
gonna
we
fucking
either need to
shoot it.
move. Yeah, this guy's gonna, you know, if he tries to shoot, we're behind everything.
What would happen if you fired a shot? Just to...
Had he a shot? I don't know.
No, not him. Like if you guys just would fucking like.
Oh, he would have fucking shit his pants, I bet. Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure he would have.
I mean, is that
No, we could have done it.
yeah, he never would have seen us. And had we been off to like
I won't
one
shoot a fucking
side,
turkey, but I would have done that.
had we have been off to one side more, I would have just let him shoot it. We even talked about, I mean, I was filming him, or Landon was filming him, not me, because I was shooting. And had we been off to the side more, we were going to let him shoot it, because we were like, fuck, this is going to be hilarious. Like, we were going to let him shoot it.
Next time, Little Rod, I'll set that decoy up for you at dark, and then when it gets daylight, I'll be like, oh, here he comes. And that way he won't run. He won't run when you get on your knees.
No, I sort of got
Good one.
this guy, he sneaks in all the way. I'd say he was 50 or 60 yards from the decoy, and he's in the grass.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of see him. I don't know if he's getting up to like get on a knee or he's getting up to like shoot, but he's getting up. So at that point, me and Landon stand up and we're like, hey,
Yeah,
Sure, that wasn't an Abbott.
it might have it probably was Big Raj out there.
Yeah.
It may have been.
Grandpa Raj out there.
Yeah, shit.
I mean, we stood up. Me and Landon stood up and we're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
You
we
know,
kind
like,
of.
what's going on?
We didn't like obviously say that. We just walked out in the field and was kind of like threw our hands up, like, "Hey, you know, we're
Don't
here."
shoot at us.
Yeah.
And he literally, I was expecting him to come down because we're both on private. I was expecting him to come down and be like, "Hey, you got like."
Yeah, you got permission?
Yeah, me and Brady were like, damn, does someone else think they got permission too, you know? And he literally stands up. He was probably embarrassed as hell, but he stood up, walked up, got his stuff, and walked back over the hill, never came down, never said a word. And I'm like, I don't know. Some of them people, like, I mean, I could have went up and, you
Tell
know.
you the truth, that's probably what I'd have done too. I'd have packed my shit and took off.
No, yeah, he
Especially after going after a decoy.
yeah.
No,
He was either very embarrassed or wasn't supposed to be there, one of the two.
So at that point,
Well,
I told,
either way, I
Or
don't.
both.
Yeah.
I told Brady, I'm like, you know what, we're getting out of here. Like, this is opening weekend of turkey season. Probably the worst opening day of turkey, or not worst opening day of opening weekend of turkey season, but I'm just like, seriously, like, what else could go wrong? We didn't set up till late. This guy's walking in trying to shoot our decoy. Some other guy's trying to argue over if he had permission or not. Like, this is not good. But anyway, ended up being a lot of fun. I ended up hunting with a buddy of ours, Hunter, for a while, and we had one hell of a day. We had I met him at about noon. Between noon and 5 in the evening, me and him were on 7 different longbeards. And I don't know what it was about that evening. They just didn't like, we tried to reap them and everything, and they just didn't like, I don't know. They just didn't really care. Like, they never spooked, but you just get in a field with them, and they would just, of course, it wasn't like the morning when they were henned up, strutting,
Was
you
that
know, fired
Saturday?
up.
You talking about when you got
Yeah,
yours?
yeah. And they were just kind of like hanging out, you know, like that was it. And I don't know. They were big, or, you know, pairs of 2, 3, another pair of 2. The only successful reap that we had where the birds were like, oh yeah, here they come. And I just about shot one, and then they got like right on top of us, and they're both jakes. And I was like, oh gosh. So I let them go. And then I'm not like Roger.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. But I didn't shoot the jake. So anyway,
I didn't have another chance.
that's because we had 3 before.
Yeah.
We went on with it, and no, there ain't nothing wrong with shooting jakes at all. I hunt a lot, and I have plenty of
I
opportunities.
really didn't know if I was going to get to go again.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We might go again Friday, huh?
Yeah, we possibly could. So anyway, we went to this other place towards the evening, and one of Hunter's farms, and we went out there and set up for these birds that were coming in on the, like, kind of where they were roosted and stuff, and ended up killing my biggest bird. Had almost inch and inch
I
and
think I measured them. They're almost inch 7/8, I believe.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were just shy of 7/8. I thought.
Just right around 2. I mean,
I
flirting
thought-
with 2.
yeah, I thought they were going to be 2 inches when we first picked them up, but I mean they were some hooks.
I do think we measured them first at the house.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I would say 2-inch spurs is a once in a lifetime bird.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
not a whole lot of birds out there
No.
packing 2 inches.
They weren't far, because that's what Landon called me and said.
About like me.
He said, I got
packing
2-inch spurs on this motherfucker.
Well, when
He said, I'm coming over.
Yeah.
I said, bring it over.
When
Then,
I-
of course, I whipped out a fucking tape measure, and every inch and 7/8 at least.
I bet you if you had the rounded gauge, they would have been probably 2 inches.
Yeah.
If not,
Yeah,
very close.
Because
Very
the ones
close.
hooked pretty good.
Yeah. I said they were
Still massive.
yeah,
Don't
big
get
bird.
sad just because.
Yeah, he whipped the tape measure out of his pants, and my spurs were longer. That's why we couldn't finish measuring. He said, "I don't know. They're at least an inch and a half.
He
That's
said,
all we got."
"This son of a bitch has me beat."
Shoot. You had to beat me by much. These microphone things are bigger than the beard I got.
Oh shit.
No, whenever me and Hunter first shot that bird, though, I was like, "Holy shit! I think these are 2-inch hooks." Of course, we're all like super
Yeah.
excited. I'm like, "Dude, I've never seen spurs this big." And he's like, "This has got to be the oldest bird I've seen." But it was.
I can't believe it only weighed 26. I thought
Yeah.
you were going to beat me.
Yeah, I did. It weighed 26 pounds, and
Yeah, when I first got the picture of it, I figured it'd be close to 30. I figured it was gonna be 28 or 30.
the
that's
reason
right.
your bird weighed 28 pounds is because it probably had 3 pounds of corn in its crawl.
Well, 2 weeks before. 2 weeks before, it actually had quite a bit of grasshoppers, to tell you the truth.
Did it really? That's honestly a really big thing that turkeys love, like
Oh, yeah.
grasshoppers and everything.
that Jake I
We
shot
don't
had
see
a big
grasshoppers around here.
No,
much.
that's the problem.
yeah the
Used to.
Jake I shot had a bunch of
Grubs.
grubs and we thought it was a snake at first.
looked like a
it looked
snake.
like a snake. It was a
Well,
little
I've heard this year too. They're thinking we're gonna have a really good hatch because they're supposed to be like the 7 and the 13,
cicadas.
13-year cicadas or
Yep.
however it is coming, or I forget what years, somewhere around there. And so they said there's going to be a lot of
Yeah, I think I listened to that on
bugs.
maybe the jury's
read
the 100% wild or whatever. They had a biologist on that was talking about it, and they said it does two things. Not only does the cicadas let like the poults have more food because they should be piled around trees like it was back in 2012 or whatever year it was when there was piles and piles of them. So not only does it let the poults eat, like because poults mostly eat like they have to eat bugs the first couple weeks of their life. It keeps like raccoons, possums. They stay full all the time because all they do is walk around and eat cicadas. So it limits how many nests they actually seek out and shit.
But I also read it's because both populations are their biggest
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Like it's their biggest spawning year.
Yeah, I believe it.
Females and the males or something.
The only thing that I could see that would hurt this year is all this, like the wheat getting so tall.
Yeah.
All the farmers are cutting.
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen a lot of people cutting right now.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, that's what I was about to tell you on one of your places. I was about to say they bailed some nest up. I guarantee it because
Yeah,
they've already cut.
He does it every year. Every year.
Yeah, but sometimes he combines the top of it and then bales the rest of it.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
We did get out of hand quick.
Ted will bail one up every year, or try it. I mean, he'll try and go around it, but
Oh yeah, I'd say.
I mean, I know Doug. Whenever we were putting Doug's cabinets in, he bails up which he said he picks them up and moves them like it does anything. I don't know, but Doug bails
Oh,
up. Doug bails up
I
3 to
doubt
4 a year.
I don't think moving them's gonna.
No, I doubt it does.
And
I doubt it
the,
does shit.
the thing
but-
about it is too, the biggest problem is that there's some people that say, "Well, I look out for them. I spot them before I mow them over." Okay, but you literally mow a circle around them. It's the only thing standing out in the middle of the field. Like at that point, they're a sitting duck for any coon, possum, anything that comes by. You got one little patch of grass that's got a nest in it, and the rest is mowed. You know, I mean, the chance of survival isn't great
Slim
at all.
down.
Yes. That's one thing that I recommend, you know, a lot of people. And I understand, like, a lot of these guys, like, this is their livelihood. Like,
Oh yeah,
They
they could give
rely
a
on-
shit less
yeah.
about a turkey when
Yeah.
they got to bail shit up for
you
the
know,
cattle.
they
you know?
rely on it. But
It just is. It's one of them things.
it hard.
Yeah, it's one of them things. But you still, it's weird because even on cattle ground, like take, you know, Tom's for example, as much cattle pastures they have and as much hay as he bales, like obviously back, you know, he had better population back then, but you know, even some of these other farms like a lot of Mikey's ground, as much as they bale, he still has awesome turkey numbers. So somehow wherever they're nesting, somehow they're still slipping through the cracks. But
How long does it take for a nest?
28 days. That's right, ain't it? A hen has to sit on it for 28 days.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
I ain't got my laptop out.
I'm pretty. Don't quote me on it. I mean, I'll look it up, but I'm
thought-
pretty sure a hen sits on the nest for 28 days.
I thought you were full of knowledge, Rod.
Hi. Old school shit, bud.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not sure what.
I ain't got a good story to get my pop in yet. Bam!
I went driving around on my lunch break and there was a Tom all by himself.
Really?
Yeah. No hens or nothing. Strutting out in the middle of the field.
Is it raining? Is it? I don't know why they do that either. But
Yeah. So here's
They'd take off-
a crazy ass number for you right here. A hen lays day and night for 28 days to incubate its eggs, and it only takes a break midday to feed on insects. Only 10 to 40% of nests hatch successfully.
Yeah, but
that's low.
I mean, there's a pile of hens around here.
Yeah.
Unless you're on Little Rod's turkey farm, then you got a good population.
oh, we didn't see a damn hen one.
That's
You
because
blew
we
'em
blew
off.
them all off and then started calling.
There's only two.
There's hens in
That
there.
farm we hunted opening day had a bunch of hens
I
on it.
told
No,
you.
we blew plenty of them off. Remember, we turned the corner in your food plot, and I said, "Roll right there," and the hen took off.
Oh,
right
that
in.
was another. I
Then we-
forgot about that one.
Then we ran into that other. We went into the big field, and I was like, "Ah, someone said,
Something else out there.
said,
Yeah.
oh, there ain't ever turkeys in here." And we walk out in the field, and I'm like, "Oh, damn, there's a turkey right there!" And took off running. There was turkeys everywhere in that place.
Shit.
I think we were calling them in from miles around.
I don't know what you were doing, but them fuckers were around. It's a good time.
I know how to talk turkey.
I was
Give me one more beer.
talking jitter.
I don't know what you were talking.
Oh, we still got a lot of season left. I think as many funny stories and shit as we're telling right now. I mean, this as weird as this season's been. The hunts have all been like funny. Like they've all been really fun hunts and
Oh
like
yeah.
just odd, like
Weird.
weird shit happens when we kill them. Like it's been the most random.
That's the same farm we're talking about. My little man,
Yeah,
he's 10 years old, and the Bo and Max, his brothers took him, and that bird come from nowhere too. Just come running up down the road right at him, and
yeah.
Max seen him before he seen them, and they jumped over, and he got a shot at one. Little guy did, and dropped that son of a bitch with that
Yeah.
410.
Yeah, he did too. That was a cool video that they had. They were all laying on
Couldn't
each
see
other.
a whole lot, but
Yeah, they were laying on top of each other like a pancake.
yeah, but Bo called it a meatball.
Meatball.
Yeah. Well, they had. I think they were standing there, and didn't Max spotted like the fan coming down? the
Yeah,
road?
up to the left where I showed
And
you it all.
they kind of basically laid behind the decoy, and they all just laid on top of each other and put Will out there with the 410. And I
Wow.
mean, that bird just come running in, and
Oh.
he shot it at like point blank, I think. But he did. He put a good shot.
Is that Will's first bird?
Oh yeah,
Really?
It was a hell.
that's what we started.
It was a hell of a bird too.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's an inch and eighth.
Really?
probably-
A couple-year-old bird then.
Inch and an eighth, and it had a nice rope on it.
I'll be damn.
10-inch beard.
All I know is it ate damn good that
His
night.
fan looks cool though. It's got two white ones in the middle.
Yeah.
Really?
Did you see that picture?
Yeah, I think you took a picture.
I took a
of it.
picture of it.
I don't know if I
The one
seen
you
it.
post on your story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show
I don't
you
know
real
if I
quick.
seen it.
But anyway,
I wish they had a way to age turkeys like they did deer when you can do the cement them with their teeth.
Yeah, look at this. In this wild.
Is it supposed to be the?
Oh, what the hell? It's got like its fan feathers in its.
Yeah, like its wing feathers.
Yeah, its wing feathers are in
on
its
the,
fan.
On the three.
Someone called that like a tiger stripe or something on a video that I watched.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't that like a really rare occurrence in them?
No, I mean I've never seen that. I think it's damn cool.
Dude,
I've
he
never
kept
seen
the
anything
fan,
like that.
right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's on my freezer, I think.
Yeah.
Ah,
No, that's the coolest fan.
I mean, that's where it's laid out.
yeah.
I ain't never seen a.
I ain't seen a fan marked like that.
No, I ain't either.
I don't know if I asked you or Bo or Max about it. I was like, that big bird I shot years ago, it don't have none of that. What do you think the difference is?
Oh, but damn.
I think it's just. I mean, they have all a slight different color variants in them.
Correct.
Even like
some of them have more blue.
yeah,
I mean, that one's got green and that one's got like a brown.
yeah. Even towards like the and it's kind of the way
Set
the
your
light.
phone down.
Oh, it's kind of the way like the light hits it, you know. Yeah. But like, even towards you get back to like the tail fan, and then you come into the I don't know what the hell the back feathers and stuff are.
Yeah.
They all get a little different color to
Right.
them. You know, I mean, we've killed birds around here that are really light. Damn near kind of resemble a Rio.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
purebred Easterns.
Yes, I mean, speaking of just age and stuff, we got from Matson's lab, we got our deer from this year's age back.
Oh yeah.
And surprisingly, which Spencer called it the whole time, I thought he was going to be 4. Deuce came back at the deer hanging over on the wall came back as 5 years old,
And
which is what we originally had him pinned as.
And the fine 9 we thought was either
5 or
6, and he come back as 5 as well.
yeah.
Which would make sense because, well, did we have pictures of the fine 9 a year before we did?
I think we did, and we had just going back through camera cards figured that out this year. So we had him actually as a 2-year-old all the way till 5. We had 3 years of pictures. I mean, you found his shed at 3.
Oh,
So we had him from 2. We had him from 2 to 5. You killed him at 5. We picked up his shed at 3.
3. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
But the kicker of all of them is the deer I killed on Rick's farm came back as 8.
yeah,
This deer right here,
118 inches.
118 inches, came back as an 8-year-old deer.
8-year-old.
No crap.
Yep.
Yep.
So pretty proud of that one. I was skeptical
I mean,
at first of what he was going to come back as, but obviously Rick being the person he is, Rick kind of knew. Rick guessed him between 5 and 8 or 6 and 8, and he came back as 8.
So just think, Little Rod, all them deer you kill that look small like that, they're all old.
Yep. That's, you just tell yourself they're old
Why
deer.
you gotta say that? Shoot, I don't hardly even kill horns. I got one this year. I got in trouble for it.
Why?
Well, because it looks about like that.
Oh, was Max mad?
No, not my kids. Nobody was mad, really.
Oh, I got you.
They just gave me shit. Like
all
you
right.
guys are about missing turkeys and stuff.
Oh, you know.
It happened.
It happens. You know what? I miss some birds.
I've
I ain't
missed.
gonna
Throw
lie.
some respect out to the Main Beam podcast, sponsored by Hellbro there. Fix that for me. You might have to delete that one.
Sponsored by HLRBO.
Well, I didn't know how to say that.
Yeah.
For short, what is it? Hunting lease. I don't know what the
you
order
don't
is.
even
Hunting lease. I don't know what the order is.
Hunting lease.
Yeah, we better cut that.
Is it hunting lease
shit.
recreation or hunting lease rentals by owner?
Oh, that's probably it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably edit that part.
Oh, they do. They are cool. They are very nice people.
they're
Though.
super
They
nice.
do a lot for us, and we're
Yeah, they're awesome, and they
I was just trying to do a shout out to HLRBO, bud.
yeah,
yeah,
appreciate
that's right,
it.
Rod.
we appreciate
Little
it.
Rod with the ad read today.
Yeah, absolutely. They actually have leases in all 49 states and in Canada.
Yep. So if you want a deer lease,
Yeah.
there you go.
Or if you want to, for some reason, go to Canada and look for some moose, check it out.
Me?
Maybe. Hell, you never know.
Shoot. Y'all barely got me out of Osage City.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Little Rod, we're gonna have to start making this an annual thing. We're gonna have to start going turkey hunting every year again.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. We
I
need.
work all week. The boys go early, so we have to get the hard ones.
Well, we proved this year that the hard ones don't matter. We'll still call the hard ones in.
Yeah, I can't leave that big one, though. Goodness gracious.
Heck, they didn't even kill one on there besides your son, right?
Not this year.
No.
I would say the one.
Yeah,
I was
Will
next
shot
to
his
got
on it.
freaking mowed
Well, they
down.
had a bunch of other places to go. Typically, they do very well down there, but
Normally they clean out open in the morning.
Yeah, I say usually they really kill out pretty quick down there.
that's all right, Little Rod. We'll get down there and get
They
after
went. They did go open in the morning.
Yeah.
They didn't have no luck, but they got Will's. So, and they both took the time to do that. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, I like Bo and Max a lot.
I don't know how to
They're
call,
cool.
so there really wasn't no reason for me to go running with them.
Yeah.
I got an old box call. If you want me to show how to use it,
What's Bo and Max call with? Slates?
I think they got mouth call.
Mouth
Probably.
calls, diaphragm
I think
calls,
they're
yeah.
getting into slates though, since
Yeah.
they know you guys are using them.
I know,
How'd you like that though when you dropped it in the grass and it got wet?
I
They
know,
still-
I did, but
That JT
no,
call works,
yeah.
so-
So
Yeah.
that's what I run as a JT call, and so that call is actually made to use if it's raining or anything. So a lot of pot calls.
But you
that
got kind of pissed.
I did a little bit, but I sanded on a little bit and I called again.
Yeah.
But I kept falling out. We were trying to crawl on the ground, but I have them.
No, you were holding on to it and you dropped it.
I did.
I saw
Oh,
you
well, I
do it.
dropped it several times. But anyway, I kind of kept getting it wet. But they're made to flip over and so you can use the.
I use the backside
Yeah,
more than I
the-
use the front.
Do you
Yeah.
really?
It sounds
Oh, yeah.
a hell of a lot better.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
I could probably pull that off. I can't do the mouth calls, boys. That feels like I got a vibrator in my mouth. I just can't do it. Just don't seem right to me.
No. It's the diaphragm calls are so they're so finicky and so hard. Like it takes a lot of practice to get one. And I'm not even saying I'm perfect. I'm far from perfect. I can kind of scratch on one a little bit, but I mean Max Hughes calls on one like a son of a bitch. He calls like a motherfucker on a mouth call, but slate calls are
Those
honestly
pretty good too. You just don't know what to call.
what to call the mouth
Yeah.
calls are nice if you do master them because. I mean, they're hands free. You
Yeah.
put your mouth call in, you
Yeah.
never have to move. You know, as far
Yeah.
as like me, if I want to call or whatever, a lot of
But
times
you got that fucking little girl chest pack on, man.
my
the bino harness.
Yeah, the bino
It's
harness.
awesome.
Yeah, no, I
He
keep
just fucking rips her open. He pulls out his binos, or he fucking.
yeah, that's right. I keep my
Actually, I'll tell you the best thing he does is this little thing.
Purr.
No, it's just like he sketches an etch. Like he
Yeah.
misses one little beat, and that seemed like that was a hitter.
yeah, they love that shit. Yeah, I was purring at them.
Is that what you call purring?
Yeah, like just like a
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
way
you
you
can do
did
a
it
lot
on that
slower.
thing was
just kind of it's kind of like a comfort, just like
Yeah.
just kind of know,
it's like
You're
you
feeding.
like
yeah.
I'm just feeding over here.
It's like you hit and missed it though. It's like you didn't pull it straight. There's no way.
You probably weren't doing that on purpose. Sometimes those slate calls bounce when you're
Yeah.
purring like
no,
that.
I would purr and then like
But
give
I
a
think-
little cluck at the end is what I was doing.
I thought it was pretty amazing.
No, they ate it
They
up.
love it.
But it gives it a little more of just because a lot of people, just sit there and just cluck,
Yeah.
cluck, cluck, cluck.
Well,
cluck.
it's
So-
small. It's small details that kills birds. Like, I mean, I'm not saying when I killed. Obviously, I killed a Jake, but even I'm sitting behind the.
Hey,
the
don't
Reaper.
worry about that, buddy. I'm with you.
Exactly. Hell yeah, little Rod.
Hey, if
Ja-
they want to talk about some Jakes, we'll go show them
Hey,
some
you-
meat.
That's right.
You know what
That's
I,
right.
You know what I told you?
Hey,
the other
everyone's
day,
fucking
Rod?
stomach's full. Goddamn it, that's what matters.
Hey, you know what I said the other day? If they want to act like a big dog, they're gonna get treated like a big dog.
I don't act like a big dog. I didn't know what I was doing.
No, I
But-
was talking about
no,
the Jakes.
I was saying it's
Oh.
the
Yeah,
small
well,
it's
they
the
got
small
laid out.
details.
That's right.
That one did.
It's the small details that kill birds. And even like when I was behind the strutter and just that simple, the drum, just the drumming that I made, he stood up and he was coming in. Like sometimes it's just small shit that'll kill birds like that.
Oh yeah. Well, if you've ever listened to actual hens like in the wild, and a lot of people, I mean, there's you really it takes experience to know like what to do, and I'm not saying that really everything or when to do what, but like if a bird's fired up, sometimes you can stay on them and
Yeah.
keep calling after them, and then it's like boom, here they are. But sometimes you got to play the silent game on them. Let them think like what's going on, and they're curious. So a lot of times, like
I mean, even
let 'em-
Jason.
I thought you were actually going to go to pissing the bitches off.
I was we scared them off right away, so I didn't have to worry about that.
Oh, not us. That story you were telling.
Oh no, I will.
I thought
So,
you were
like,
going to just go ahead and piss the bitch off. And
yeah, I did. So sometimes the hen, like, she get mad. You just like cut her off, start clucking at her, and she'll cut you off and start like, start spitting back, and it's like, nuh-uh, I start spitting back at her, and then she starts spitting at me, and it's like, nuh-uh, get over here. And then next thing you know, a lot of times that hen would just come marching over there like,
I'm the boss.
yeah, what'd you say to me? And then you basically, a lot of times the time I follow, but I had a few pissed off this morning. Oh, I called all the hens in this morning, actually.
told me
Tom
that's
just
probably
didn't
the
follow.
best way to evening hunt.
Yeah, it's calling the hens in, and hopefully the long beards just strut in behind them.
Yeah, newt and nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can get them worked up. I mean, I had a hen so worked up this morning, I bet she called for 10 minutes straight, just just cackling.
Yeah, and people think that you can call too much whenever they're just out there.
I don't know if I believe in
Yeah,
calling
I don't
too
know.
much.
That's one thing I don't know if I. There's certain instances where yes, you need to be quiet, but
Yeah.
I don't know about calling too much because like I said, we've been hunting a number of times and hens just sit there the whole morning, yelp, yelp, yelp.
I think it really depends.
For
Yeah, I
10
think it
minutes
really
straight.
depends. But I've heard a lot of hens, and I heard some hens honestly sound like the raspiest, nastiest sounding call, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And she's just sitting there, just
The thing you need to try next with your slate, if you got a bird hung up, do like a figure 8 purring because it'll sound like two different hens fighting.
really,
If you can't see the tom,
yeah.
and a lot of times they'll break or rise and come check it out.
No shit.
Interesting.
Pro
I mean,
tip,
I'm
I
not-
didn't even know that.
I would say I'm not a caller, but
Yeah, if you're doing a figure 8, it's just there's a little tone difference when you're coming around the backside of it.
Yeah.
And it sounds like two hens
Two
going
hens.
at it.
I'll be damned.
And if you
I'm
can
gonna have
add
to keep that
something
in mind.
add something in like a wing hitting
Yeah.
the ground or
What I'll do
he
sometimes.
was scraping and
Yeah.
shit.
So what I'll do sometimes if the bird, and I only do this if the birds are super close, but if they're kind of hung up and they're like, we
They were hanging out with us all day,
yeah.
or we were hanging out with them.
Yeah. So the birds that we had, I was just trying to get them to commit, like come out of the brush and stuff. And I was taking the like leaves and just kind of scratching. Like I was because a lot of times I've had birds too where they'll hang up and they're over there hammering and you just scratching the leaves a little bit and they'll gobble to that scratching like, oh, she's close, Because if you've ever heard a bird come through the woods too, sometimes before you see it, you'll hear like it sounds like a squirrel coming almost, like you'll hear like it coming through. So that's one thing that I like to do to sound more realistic. I also,
well, it's like a feeding thing. They're feeding. Come over here. There's food on the ground.
Right. You're right.
Come on this way,
Hey,
big
that's
boy.
where that corn came in play.
Yep, that's right.
Shoot, that was 25 years ago. They can't get me for that shit no more.
Shoot.
That was before you had any calls and slates.
Yeah.
Well, they might have had slates, but we
A
had
lot of times they use the wing bone.
back in the day. All we had box calls, and
Really.
I mean that's all we ever bought. That's all.
People are
we had.
using
There was
those
a-
wing bones like crazy.
Really?
What do
I've
they
never
do with
used the
those?
wing bone.
Do I?
What do they do with those?
I don't know. I don't know how they use it. I just see
Rub
stories
them
with-
together? I mean,
No, I think it's hollow.
so
Like it's hollow, and you just put your mouth on the little end
oh,
of
you
it. and-
blow on it? Really?
Yeah.
You talking about wing bones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the wing bones they're hollow, and whenever you put, it's like kind of like a goose call. I think they put back pressure on their hands, and it's just a little. I've never used one, but I've seen when they use one. It's a very soft, subtle call. It's
Got a
not
little rod. You ever had a coon whistle?
No. I've never been coon hunting.
I'll get you a coon whistle.
What's coon whistle gonna do you? Oh, you setting me up for something.
It's coons have penis bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about it on whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people.
I've seen them make
Messing with
necklaces out of them.
They'll
I've seen
take
them.
the thing and say, "Oh, here's a
Here's a whistle,
Yeah,
blow
here's a
on
whistle,
it.
blow
and they'll,
on it.
They'll try and blow on it. It's just a coon,
Penis?
yeah, it's a coon penis, but the bone out of
cocksucker.
it.
Don't they use that for whiskey stills too?
I don't know nothing about making
I don't
whiskey.
know. I know a lot of people that just use them because a lot
They
of
use
people
them for the drip off. Like they put them at the end of their deal. I'm pretty sure it's
maybe so. I don't know.
Where's our fucking computer guy at?
Hold on.
They use wait, you're saying they use a coon penis at the end of the whiskey still?
Yeah, like when it first runs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it in there and it drips off of it. Seriously.
I don't know. I've never heard of that before.
I'm done drinking whiskey.
I quit that shit a long time ago.
Yeah. Nope, you're right, Low Rod. It worked. According to Google, moonshiners found a unique purpose for the raccoon baculum. I guess that's what they call it. Because the bone's distinctive curve, it worked perfectly to guide the flow of moonshine when moving the drink between vessels.
Fuck, I'll teach you all some shit.
Holy shit.
Hey, that's why I'm a special guest tonight. We need to laugh a little bit. Y'all get too serious.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's kind of funny.
That is. Yeah,
Research.
you know what? Sometimes hunting does get pretty serious or whatever, but at the end of the day, even like the huntsman you were on, even though we kind of
rush. Complete rush that nobody even knows if they don't do it.
Hey, if you had a rush killing that Jake, that's the best thing you could ask for.
Oh, the Jake.
Yeah.
Jake wasn't that bad after everything else I went through.
yeah, we had him hammering right there. But I mean, just even
We didn't leave. Oh, I tell you what, guys, this is the craziest shit. Did not leave 100 fucking yards from the truck.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah,
didn't.
that's
We were
what's
looking
wild.
at the truck the whole time.
I was like, my truck's right there.
Yeah.
We're talking. Anyway, let somebody else tell their hunt. I'll fuck it up somehow.
I guess I pretty well told mine. I mean, everyone knows how mine went, but I mean, you killed yours on just a random
Lunch break.
random lunch break. Drove by a place and
Jumped out and popped her.
Well, I called Brady and said, you haven't left for Eugene yet. Oh, if you'd have called me 20 minutes ago, I said, dude, I didn't even know the birds were here 20 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
If it would have worked how I wanted it to, I'd have had it on camera.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, I'll let you tell it, obviously, but birds were in a place where you could literally reap up over a hill, ride on them.
Where you killed your second one.
Yes, where I killed my second one last year. So I knew exactly where you were, and I knew as soon as you called, I was like, "Fuck, it'd be so easy." Like,
oh yeah,
I knew you were gonna kill one.
They were 60 yards off the road.
Yeah.
And I went all the way around the other side.
Starting to get a tire going.
Yeah, we are. We're building it.
Keep going.
You know what, Little Rod? Next year we're gonna get the film crew on you. I think. We just need a film crew.
Well, that means I'm gonna have to fucking start shooting.
We're gonna have to go skeet shooting a little bit.
No, I think you shoot just fine. We just need to work on the sitting still.
Well,
The placement. The sitting placement.
We just sit them in the corner.
Yeah, yes, my
Stay.
old buddies, which I'm still good friends with all of them. Kyle, I don't know if I should say names or anything, but
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
all my old buddies, they were, they know how to hunt too.
They do.
Yeah, just like Roger. And no, a couple of them showed me different things.
They did.
One of them's pretty good. He can call, mouth call, and all that crap. But we didn't use it much back in
Back in the day.
25 years ago.
Yeah. No, box holes were a big thing back then.
I got a box
earlier.
call, but
Yeah.
I don't even know if I use it right.
I don't know how popular box holes are these days. I mean, I don't really.
Windy day is the only day I would ever use one.
Really?
And I don't even take mine with me.
It can be loud. That's the problem. I think I'm almost too loud compared to listening to Landon the other day.
Yeah, well, I
Well,
like
if
to.
it's windy, I mean, you want to be loud.
Well,
Correct.
I can control too on that slate, like how loud you want to be. So sometimes, if I'm trying to really reach out to them, like, hey, I'm over here, especially if they're farther in the distance, I'll get it pretty loud, and then I'll work it down slower, or especially if I know they're on top of us,
Right.
I'll just, I'll stroke it just a little bit, just to say, just to be quiet with, I don't want to be yelling in their face when they're right on top of us.
When we were at Tom's, we were up on the hay ridge or whatever, by the hay bales. I started out soft because I didn't know if there was one down the bottom.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll even, like, if I'm like, I don't know, sometimes a bird, like, hangs out on this hill, like, especially midday, I'll start real soft, and then if I don't, I'll start soft, don't hear nothing, then I'll speak it up louder, or I'll cut a little bit.
I'm sure you've listened to. I mean, I'm a very aggressive. Like I like a very aggressive call.
Brady calls loud as hell.
Yeah, I call very loud.
Yeah, when Trenton called, my eardrums were about blown out.
Yeah, I mean I just like them to be able to. I mean, obviously, if they're birds at 100 yards and straight in my face and I can see it, I don't meow meow meow. But other than that, I call. I
What
like
do you
a
use,
loud,
Brady?
just a mouth diaphragm call.
You use them out too?
But what a lot of times I like doing, especially like Brady runs a mouth call, I'll run a slate. Sometimes sounding like two birds, like two hens down there. I mean, sit there and, I'll cut at him, he'll cut at me, and we'll kind of go back and forth. And sometimes that'll get a hung up bird just fired up or coming in, It's like little Raj.
A lot of times I don't care.
Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like it, buddy.
Oh, you should see. Yeah, you'd have to go with us. If I wish I was there whenever you killed yours, because
You're welcome to come.
I should have came. Well, obviously we were so
Someone had to
swamped.
get work done.
We were so swamped at work. So we were so swamped at work last week.
Hope your dad don't listen to these because I kind of took you for them for a bit.
But it was
That's all right. I've been the boss this week.
Shit.
the best is when
The boss that drove right past my house a while ago.
I did
Sorry,
do that.
Brady.
I did do that.
I wonder what took so long. I was sitting on the couch at 7:30. I said, "Where the hell is everybody?" Spencer was at the gas station trying to get some damn pizza or something. Landon was at Lil Rod's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were over there.
We weren't there, but 15.
Yeah, we weren't there long. I just pulled in,
I
watched.
knew you had to be there at 7:30, and I had to tell Sarah to go make us dinner tonight.
Yeah, Sarah, well, she did. She texted me and said, "You got dinner plans for tonight?" And I was like, "No, not that I know of." She's like, "Well, I'm going to send a bunch with you." And I was like, "All right, I appreciate that." And then we got over there, and out of all things, she was trying to light a brush pile on fire after an inch of rain.
It's so green.
Yeah, that's still green wood. It wasn't burning at all.
No, Bo put fucking 5 gallons of diesel on it.
Yeah, and it still didn't burn. Like one spot burned where the fuel was, and that was it.
I was like, we got to get going.
Yeah, we got to get going.
So she went up. I said, well, make a big one because Brady's there too.
Yeah, she did.
It was tasty, I will say.
Was it?
Oh, it's heavy. I mean, it'll sit on your stomach.
It's good.
I haven't eaten any of it yet, so I'm going to have to go upstairs and eat some of it.
Yeah, it's good. I had it was like lasagna spaghetti or like spaghetti with a bunch of cheese.
She calls it TikTok spaghetti.
It's good shit.
TikTok spaghetti.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Huh. Yeah, I'm going to have to go get me some.
And then I don't know what it looks like potato soup in the other one. I don't know what it actually is.
Potatoes.
Mashed potatoes, probably.
Mashed potatoes.
Potato soup.
You put it with it.
Oh, it's mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Oh, it looked like potato soup. I didn't know what it was. I just opened the
Hope
spaghetti.
it ain't potato soup.
I like potato soup. I'll fuck some potato soup up.
Well, them are straight up potatoes, I think. Them are real potatoes, too.
Yeah.
I'll be damn.
Yep.
She don't fuck around over at the house.
No.
She knows how to cook. Every time I've been over, I tell you what.
Oh, that's what she knew I was coming over, and she's like, I can send it with you. And then she's like, you were supposed to give me his contact because I was too drunk the other night.
Now she'll be texting me every day.
She might. She knows Troy and Tater every once in a while.
I know. No,
She had to have their information.
I tell you what, that turkey that we fried at your house the other night, that was some damn good stuff.
I made that batter.
How do you like frying it? Just egg wash it or flour it?
I didn't even egg it.
Really?
I just floured it and used my own mixture.
Yeah, some had kind of like some Italian
It had a
dressing.
little spice to it.
It was, I'm telling you, which, I mean,
Not a whole lot.
wild turkey's one of my favorite things to eat, but that was some good tenders. That was good stuff.
Actually,
very much.
speaking of cooking stuff, earlier today it literally crossed my mind. So I texted Hudson Lee about coming on about doing some cooking stuff, and he literally texted me back a minute ago and was like, "Yeah, dude, I'd love to." So we'll have to have him on about cooking stuff because he cooks up at Habitat Flats. But
That guy can cook.
yeah, he can fucking cook some shit. And so
But I don't like my grease at 350 like everybody else. I like it at about 325.
really, we've been doing it. Well, how Max's mom does it and how he does it, what's been good is we'll soak it in buttermilk for like 24 hours. That's some good shit.
Turkey?
Yes. Turkey and
No
buttermilk.
need it.
Oh, I know, but it's fucking good.
Now, deer,
Yeah.
I could see that. But
It's good. And then we wash it in some Hillbilly Joes.
What we need is, well, we have to go kill us a few more birds, and then we need to find some more mushrooms.
I'm gonna smoke. I got 2 of them. I'm gonna smoke, bro.
Yeah, you did you had them marinated or whatever, and then
I vacuum
Vacuum
packed
sealed.
them.
Speaking of smoking stuff, they did the grilled smoked whatever spoonbill. That's some fucking good
that
shit.
was some damn good
I'm
stuff.
not a big
That-
fish guy. Remember,
No, I know you ain't a big fish guy, but I'm telling you right now,
I like catching them, but
this smoked spoonbill was the shit.
your guy's shit's the best. I don't know if that's because it's the old man or what, but
Dad knows how. Dad can cook.
Yeah, I
some
said
pretty
Dad
damn
can
good
cook some fish.
he cooked channel cat and I ate it. I think.
Yeah.
Really? Now he cooks some pretty damn.
Well,
good
I know a lot. Even all the catfish we bank pulled last year on the
We're
river.
getting off the Man Bean podcast.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, we are.
This is our show. We can talk about whatever the hell we want
We
to
can
talk about.
what we want.
Let's fucking do some fishing too.
We're coming up on it. We extended our turkey
I don't know
season.
if Troy's fucking boat's even gonna run.
I don't know if it will or not. We'll have to bring ours home.
He left that son of a bitch sit there all winter.
But no, we extended our turkey season so far this year with, Max put us in for Kansas tags. So me, Landon, and Max Hughes got Kansas tags. And then
Right
we're
on.
going South Dakota for 4 or 5 days with
Yeah.
Matt Gravitt that we buy all our paint and stuff from the shop. So
We got a lot of turkeys left.
yeah,
to chase.
so we'll be.
We might have one more Friday if you don't
Yeah.
kill them all tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd
Might
like to
kill
get
them all
on one.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't gonna go.
I'd say there's more than 3 there.
Yeah.
though.
I probably won't make it with them tomorrow.
Did you get offered to go with the other guys?
Yeah. Yeah. I had another guy that's wanting to go, and I originally told him I'd go with him first, and he's wanting to go, so I'll probably go. I'll save my calling for when me and you go again.
Friday? Let's go Friday morning again.
Yeah, let's go Friday. We'll plan on
You
it.
can go too.
Yeah, let's go. I'll be ready.
Yeah, we gotta go get another story to podcast about.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do it.
I'd come cuss on the show.
Oh yeah. we better get ready to wrap this one
Yeah,
up.
we better get going.
Lil Rod, how long you think we've been going for? Or have you looked at your watch?
Well, hold on. Let me
2 hours.
hold on. Yeah, I mean, by the beers he's drank, probably 2 hours.
Hour and 35.
you
We
guys-
just rolled over 135. Hour and 35 minutes.
Well, that's normal.
No, that's not bad at all. Usually.
But we're probably going to drink some more beers yet.
I'd
Yeah,
say.
probably.
We
But
still got
I
more.
appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah,
And thank you
absolutely.
to the Main Bean Podcast,
Yeah.
sponsored by LRBO.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell
Check
yeah.
them out.
Check them out. We got who else do we got?
You also
got
got to check out
Lowdown. Yeah, Lowdown Game Viewers.
Lowdown Gay Views.
Yeah, they became
get
a
with it.
partner of the show.
What
So
about that one?
that Longbeard.
No.
No, the broadheads.
Oh, the Broadhead Helix. Oh no, that's not Helix. That's some other broadhead.
That's some Flintstone.
That's some
shit.
yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no.
Look at them things. Them are napped.
Stone Age broadheads.
Yeah, a guy.
Badass bow hunting.
A guy in Iowa napped them down to a perfect 100 grains.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot does with them
Yeah,
this year.
they're flint. He completely napped them completely down. To, I mean,
No,
they're
I
not on a
know.
rock.
I'm impressed with those.
Yeah, he did a heck of a job.
He had knives and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
That shit's almost sharp as a razor blade.
yeah. But we're gonna shoot them, throw them down range at a deer this year, see what happens.
Why not?
Yeah,
We're gonna try
test
it
it
out.
out, and then we'll
We-
get back on here and let you know.
Who else you want me to talk about?
I don't know. I think that's it. We had.
Landon's a good caller. Brady,
Yep.
I'll see what you got Friday.
Oh, I'll call them in for you. Trust me. They'll come gobbling. We'll call them damn things in.
Yeah, we gotta get redemption.
Might want to take 2 guns this time.
That's right. Yeah, I'm taking 2 guns. If we ain't letting any of them out.
All right, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. We'll probably have a couple more beers sitting here, but we'll go ahead and wrap her up. And
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
absolutely.
Thank you, Little Rod.
Yep. Thanks for coming on,
Always a
Lil
good
Rod.
time.
Other than that, wrap your tag around the main beam. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.